Hi and welcome back to Tinker Gamer Hacker Maker. Today we're going to do a technical review with another practical approach to the Sabrent 4.0 PCIe 4.0 1TB drive. Now, the reason I'm doing this is more because you can look at the benchmarks and you can look at the benchmarks side by side, but I'm really talking about from an experience perspective of why I bought this particular NVMe drive. So I want to share my experience with you to help maybe make a better decision for you on what you need as far as storage. So when I first kind of went into the building of my machine, which you may have heard on another video, that one of the things I really wanted to take advantage of was PCIe 4. And PCIe 4 had amazing throughput. Now NVMe is already very fast. Typically you're going to install your Windows installation on your NVMe drive if you have one. And you get a great, fast, awesome, full experience, not just from loading Windows, but also loading games and just general performance increases because there's better reads and writes. Now, I kind of tossed around, well, how much storage did I want? So I went with 1 TB. I really wanted at least 1 TB. You can get away with less, depending on how many games and how much software you install. I am a software-heavy individual, meaning I run things like video editing suites, graphics software, data mining, I do a lot of data crunching, so I wanted a little bit extra storage to, help, keep everything there. So I went with the Sabrent 1 TB NVMe. It's their Sabrent Rocket, and I'll be honest, it's been interesting. So I'm going to share a couple benchmarks. I benchmarked a couple things. I had a Western Digital Caviar Black external hard drive, and you're going to see some of those specs for that here. Now you're also going to see what my benchmarks looked like with the Sabrent, PCIe 4.0 1 TB drive, which was insane. I mean, 5 GB of throughput. I mean, just being able to read and write that fast. Do you need this drive? No, you do not. But I wanted to really leverage the PCIe 4. And since I do video editing and graphics and data, it really sped up my workflow because I'm not waiting for things to render, I'm not waiting for things to happen. In fact, it's been interesting. I have other friends who have NVMe drives in their computers. They're using them as their boot drives and they're installing their games on them. But my games are loading faster than theirs because we're sitting on Discord, we're chatting, we're all playing a game together. I'm launched, I'm ready to go, and the clock is still ticking on their side because it's still loading assets. So having that faster bus on my NVMe drive actually made a performance difference as far as my gameplay experience. And this is kind of one of those things I was kind of looking for. How do I improve my experience playing games? Among also using software for other things. So I took a step back and I was kind of like, well, okay, this is great. This is overkill for what most people will ever need. And then I really love the throughput. So I decided to go from a single NVMe drive to 2. Now I went with 2 because I really wanted to rate them together and see what would happen. I'll go ahead and share those benchmarks with you here. Yeah, crazy, right? I lost a little bit in some areas because it is a RAID. However, that throughput is crazy. Needless to say, I blink and my Windows starts. I launch games and they're up almost instantaneously from a caching and loading perspective. It gets it off a disk really, really fast. They're fantastic. Pair that with the processor and video card I have, and really having this married effect of leveraging the PCIe 4.0. This is the one part of the PCIe 4 technology which actually makes a difference. Now, like I said, you don't need this card. This card is probably about $100 more as of right now to get a 1 TB NVMe drive, which will also be fast, but it's not going to be as fast as this one. And you'll see benchmarks and say, hey, we're benchmarking and we're doing these different things, but from my personal experience and from a practical approach, man, is this thing blazing fast. So I want to hear your thoughts below. You've seen some of the benchmarks, so let me know your thoughts. Show me in the comments and let's have a discussion about it. Would you go with the PCIe 4? Why? Do you really need that much speed? I wanted that much speed and I am enjoying it, so it's making my computer experience excellent. Or do you not? Does it not matter to you? Maybe you're once you have the game loaded and everything, you're fine because everything else takes over. So it really just changes your experience. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more awesome content from Tinker Gamer Hacker Maker.